humans still have a lot to learn from their ancestors. How to relax, for example. We do a lot of things simultaneously and on the go, and forget about spiritual concentration. It's time to do something about it. Join us as today we're cooking simple plant-based food. This is exactly what gives you positive energy, love, and happiness, according to some ancient beliefs. First off, let's cook lentil dal. Lentils is one of the oldest legumes. Dishes made from this plant are mentioned in the works of ancient historians. For the soup that we'll be cooking, we'll need 7 ounces of lentils. Cover it with 8 cups of water, add in coriander and turmeric. Then chop vegetables, a half of a carrot, a few stalks of celery, and turnip. It is very important to cook with positive thoughts and love towards the person who will be eating it. Think about them when you're chopping all the ingredients. Wish them good and prosperity. Then your dish will turn out full of positive energy and delicious. In the end, add 7 ounces of asparagus beans to the soup and cook for half an hour. Fresh fruit and vegetables possess very strong positive energy. That's why we'll need 2 big tomatoes. We'll stew them in a saucepan. But for starters, fry thyme, chili flakes, and ghee butter. Vedic cooking says that ghee butter has healing properties. It is believed that food is purified when combined with this butter. As you've noticed, each ingredient of our dish is not only good for your body, but also has a favorable aura. Ancient cultures paid special attention to food influencing the mind. That's why they refrained from eating meat. In India, people only started eating it after foreign conquerors came in 16th century, and then British colonizers. The combination of lentils, vegetables, and ghee butter will have a positive effect on your mood. 1 ladle of this soup will make your day, especially if you add some fresh cilantro. If you aren't ready to say goodbye to meat once and for all, do it gradually. In our today's menu, we have a giblet pie. For the dough, we need to process 10 ounces of grains in a blender. Then add in a cup of drinkable yogurt, olive oil, an egg, and some salt, and mix it again. Grain itself is directly connected to the establishment of the first states, because the plants that give grains played a very important role in the emergence of almost all early civilizations. This was and still is practically the main food in the human nutrition. Nowadays, grains are grown all over the continents of our planet. In the world market, wheat, barley, oats, corn, rice, buckwheat, and peas are considered the main kinds. When our dough is prepared, we can start cooking chicken giblet. For starters, melt the lard. Then add some rosemary, hot pepper, and garlic. It is considered that the predecessor of the domestic chickens were red jungle fowls that inhabited Asia. A few thousand years BC, the fowls were domesticated near India. Some researchers say that it happened 2,000 years BC. Some other sources say it was from 6,000 to 8,000 years BC. Before frying, we add some onion and chopped giblet into smaller pieces. They are full of nutrients which have a positive effect on our body. For example, chicken hearts are rich in vitamins A and B, which human body needs to support the immune system. It's also a great source of iron, potassium, phosphorus, and magnesium. Liver contains a lot of iron. That's why it's recommended during pregnancy. Just 5.5 ounces of liver contain the daily amount of folic acid. And chicken stomachs are rich in minerals that are responsible for keeping your hormones normal. They stimulate digestion and even prevent the development of diabetes. After the giblets are done, put them on the dough and cover with the other half of the dough. Bake for 30 minutes at 355 degrees Fahrenheit. During this time, our dough will rise and get golden brown. It's quite possible that chicken giblets were eaten in Mesopotamia, where one of the most ancient civilizations existed. When you cook a dish that ancient people ate, you start feeling some connection with them. A piece of meat pie is like time travel to prehistoric times. And now, let's cook something sweet. For example, a dessert placenta. In order to cook this dish, which comes from ancient Rome, we mix 9 ounces of flour with 1 egg, water, and salt. Knead dough and let it rest. Scientists suggest that this Roman dessert was the prototype of the modern, non-sweet cheese pie Chiropita. Also, the name placenta is used on the island Lesbos in Greece for baklava. This is a dessert made from puff pastry with crushed nuts and honey. Another variant of the Roman dessert is placenta cake. Roll out the dough and slightly stretch it out. We'll need 2 thin sheets. For the filling, we'll use 2 pounds of cottage cheese and 10 ounces of honey. A lot of people associate ancient Rome with Julius Caesar, and it's not surprising because Rome was just a little state before his great campaigns. Caesar expanded its territory and turned it into a giant state with lands in Europe, Asia, and Africa. And while our chef is putting the dessert together, here are a few interesting facts about the great commander. Caesar actually wore a laurel wreath. He started balding and didn't want anybody to see it. The month July is named in honor of Julius Caesar, and the salad has absolutely nothing to do with him. It was named after the Mexican guy who invented it, and his name was Caesar. Let's move on to cooking the syrup. Bring a cup of sugar, a cup of water, and a bay leaf to boil. Sorry, Caesar, we need it. And some honey and cook it for 5 minutes. Pour the mixture onto the dough and put it into the oven. Bake for 45 minutes at 355 degrees Fahrenheit. This is how fast and easy you can cook a dessert that comes from ancient Rome. Pumpkin. This is a symbol of wealth and well-being. This is probably the reason why sweet rice in a pumpkin became Armenian traditional dish. It was served at weddings as a sign of the family wealth. To cook pilaf, we cover dried plums, apricots, dates, raisins, and rice with water. Fry cashew, walnuts, and almonds in a dry saucepan. Then chop the dried fruits and fry them along with the nuts in a lot of olive oil. Slightly sprinkle with crushed nutmeg and pour in some honey. Cook rice just for a few minutes, and meanwhile, clean out the pumpkin. Then mix the rice with the nuts and the fruits. Sprinkle the bottom of the pumpkin with allspice, and fill it with the ingredients. Bake it in an oven for 15 minutes at 355 degrees Fahrenheit. And now you can cut it into servings for convenience and enjoy this ancient dish.